Right, just waiting for everyone to come back online. La, 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 la. I'm doing it. I'm gonna. Oops. Anyone yet? No. Oh, excuse me. Right. Oh well. Right, we're back on. I don't know what happened there. I tried to resume the live feed and it didn't like. Yes, yeah. I don't know what happened there. My live feed just cut, and I tried to go back to it and wouldn't do it. But yeah, I just hang on a minute. Um, I think we're multitasking here, Paul. At least you phoned me. Yeah, yeah, it looks so much better when I'm alive, or look alive anyway. Um, yeah, yeah, I come across a few people that are like that. Yeah, Christ knows what happened there. So I tried to. There's an option to resume, and I tried that, and it didn't work. So just started a new live feed. Yeah, just quickly going back to what I was saying. That we all do that one job that we really love, and yeah, just again, just sort of saying, if you want to do the Steamline, it's best to check on the website and find out when they're operating steam locomotives again on that line, because at the moment it's all heritage diesel. Yeah, I know. I've not got a clue what happened now. Oh, this mead is going down extremely well. Um, I think, much as I love my Honda, much as I love my Triumph, I think when I go up there again, I'm probably going to drive. So it just gives me that option to bring back a lot more stuff. Well, anyway, a lot more mead anyway, because unless I can find anything local that does these. But there was as I say, the shop that I got this from, I think they had about two or three different types. But the trying to think, we anyway, what's that one? The might be it. Yes, I'm thinking. Um, the place, the souvenir shop where at Whitby Abbey had a whole about four or five different flavours. They had like a chili mead, for example. I'm like, oh. I just see these bottles. And I thought, if I buy them all, I'm not going to get them in my luggage. So yeah, when I go up again, I'll probably drive and might be able to get some stuff in and even camp out for the night because I can do that in my car now. So yeah, just and so the train thing done. Um, Now I have done a bit of filming um, around Whitby Abbey. It is yeah. Um, I'll say it again, Skull. Um, I'm glad I found this drink. That's all I can say. I like many drinks, but this is the one. And yeah, but just saying, I visited. I couldn't get into the Abbey itself because both I missed the second time by minutes because I got stuck on a bus on the way to Whitby Abbey, and I just got they were literally locking the doors. I turned up, so couldn't do anything. But I did visit St Mary's Church, which is the church right next to it. They've got some grave. They've got graveyard that goes back to the early part of the 18th century. So we're talking early 1700s. There's some old graves in there. Um, Now, I did film them both nights. The first one, I was sort of fighting against the weather a little bit because it did have rain. The second one, the night was clearer. So I did 2 nights. I've got 2 nights footage to go over. And going back to Ed and Lorraine Warren, now they were able to actually visit the Abbey itself, but you got to bear in mind that when they visited, they went with their daughter and son-in-law, Tony Sparrow, who presents Seek of the Supernatural. They visited in the sort of early 80s, so I'm assuming that the Abbey was just open. You know, there was no time limit on your visiting. Obviously now it's controlled by English Heritage. And it was actually Tony Sparrow, not so much. I mean, Ed Warren did talk about it, but there was something that appeared to Tony Sparrow. It was like a black mist or something like that. And if you go to on YouTube, if you look up the official Ed and Lorraine Warren channel, it's on there because Tony's shared a lot of the old Seekers of the Supernatural episodes, and they talk about that in one. And interestingly, one of the other visits that Ed and Lorraine had to England, Enfield Haunting aside, which The Conjuring 2 features on, but they did actually come to Southend because they heard about Bill Ramsey, the Southend werewolf. Now, I'm not going to say any more on that subject because some of my content in the next couple of weeks does actually cover it, does actually talk about Bill Ramsey. So just sort of a little sneaky thing there. But so if you go to the official Ed and Lorraine Warren channel, they talk about some really, really interesting stuff. And Whitby Abbey was one of them. But as I say, I managed to get up there twice and film. You know, when I plan to book up and go there again, I'm going to do it off season, so I should have a good chance of getting Bagshot Hotel, and Arundel House, and staying in for a couple of nights each or whatever. See if there's any activity in there. Also, I forgot to mention going back to Scarborough. As I say, I've done a little recording on the grounds, and they've got a St Mary's Church as well, which is next to the castle, and the St Mary's Church there actually has buried one Anne Bronte, who is the sister to Emily Bronte, who wrote Wuthering Heights, and Charlotte Bronte, who wrote Jane Eyre. Now, Anne Bronte, she's the lesser known of the sisters, but she wrote The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. I think that was a book. I actually quite like the sound of it, so if I ever get a chance, I'll check that out. But let's say Anne Bronte's buried there. She's only like 28, 29 when she died. No age. Actually, I think the other two sisters didn't get a decent innings as well. Or one of them, I think, the one that died the oldest, she was in like the 40s. They didn't last long, but while I was here, they wrote some really great piece of literature. But yeah, I did a recording at St Mary's Church in Scarborough as well. But as I say, when I go back up again, I'm going to try and get a longer stay just in Whitby, and try and find some other places where we can record, because I was a little... Yeah, he is. Yeah, hopefully. Yes, Paul. Yes, mate. Might be able to get online somewhere. Darren Nichols. Yes, mate. And that's the other thing I've got to work on. Down at, yeah. Down workhouse. Yeah. I'm gonna once I've got on top of the stuff I've already recorded, I can hopefully then start again on the random, because I've got a lot of stuff to go through on that as well. Shortly before I went away, I did go and visit someone. It managed to give me a lot of information, very, very detailed. And I'm going to, basically it's the timelines. I believe it, Darren. Thousands wouldn't. Well, I wouldn't anyway. Yeah. The as I say, I've got a detailed timeline to work through, and I'm basically going to put together several different episodes concerning Darren Nichols. What I'm looking at is the timelines for Nichols and Tate and Tucker and Rolf, and see how they all converge and see where things did. There's discrepancies and so on, but yeah, Neil. That I think you're right in that aspect, Neil. And I was able to, aside from the witness statement given by one of the residents, I was able to show that Billy Jasper's account, or at least the tangible parts of it, which was the route he described to get to Rectory Lane, and the time, the description of the route he gave to Rectory Lane was accurate, and the disappearance of Mr. D, as you know, you've seen it, I've done a leisurely walk of that route, or as near as I could, and the time he said 30 to 40 minutes would have held true as well, because that was roughly the time I was gone for. I'm going to go back and do it on, I also think, a little snippet, I also think, now this is a weird thing, I'm beginning to think that the target was Tucker, but they wanted Tate to see it happen, because Tucker owed a lot of money. Well, I know Pat did, but I think Tony owed more. But whoever carried out the shooting had a personal thing towards Pat, because when you look at how the shooting occurred, or as near as we think, it's pretty damn. Oh no, yeah, Darren, it's a freaking travesty, mate. Yeah, I've the saddening thing about covering the crimes and looking at others, like at the moment, Liquid Bullet Productions, if you're not already on their site, strongly recommend to go over there. Lee's an old friend of mine. And I've just done a bit of drone footage, which was no mean feat, as Paul knows, because it's right on Southend Airport's flight path. And I had to get all sorts of permission to get that done. There was a murder that happened over Leon, over Manchester Drive allotments, which is literally down the road from me. That was 20 years ago, and it, like, even looking at that, the guy that's inside, it looks like he was fitted up. Mickey Still, Jack Wilmes, full guys for the random shootings. Even the one where the first one I did, in Thorpe Bay, that was clearly manslaughter. Yeah, the guy pulled the trigger, got the rope. I've got a reduced respect for our British justice system, seeing things. It seems to me probably a very simplistic way to look at it, But if your face don't fit, then you're fucked. You know, and we know Mickey was given the police and customs and excise to run around over his drugs. Yeah, they say the guy down there, he was just a soldier, or he was a sergeant, but you know what I mean. It wasn't a higher up echelon sort of thing. Yeah, and I mean the guy that got shot down, all the guys inside for the shooting occurred in Leigh 20 years ago, again because he probably on the wrong side of the fence. Again, has been stitched up for something he hasn't done. Yeah, they are coming, drill. As I say, the thing about the retin and stuff is they take, or especially the bits I've got coming up, are going to take a lot of work. But they will be done. I've just got to get on top of the paranormal stuff. But I've just got to get on top of all the content I've done so far. And we are going, hopefully, if the weather holds off, because I think we're going to get rain this weekend. If the weather holds off on Saturday, actually Paul and I are going to go out. I did ask Lisa, by the way, Paul, but she's otherwise engaged. I've got a couple of other people to try who may want to come out. So, yeah, I know, Neil. I mean, you know, one thing is, I do know, I do know a few of the local bobbies at South End, and you know, they're decent enough guys. I want to do the right thing, but then again, it's probably not them as such. It's whoever pulls the strings, whoever's in charge, and you know, you've got to keep the whistle wet. I could probably do a small group down there. I mean, what I'm planning to do a third paranormal drop down there. But